Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case, Supernatural Investigations, Case 24, Scarab to Death. Let's unlock Chapter 2 and someone or something is in this room. Knew it. It's a mummy! Must speak with you. Okay, no problem, Mr. Mummy. Let's talk. Wow, even mummies are a thing in this game. Don't look at me like that. Okay. 4007. So, Mr. Mummy, what do you need to tell us? I am Septa the Sixth, a Fario. Raven-haired boy, bad, open sarcophagus, disturbed, eternal peace. Oh, that's why the sarcophagus was open. Raven-haired boy, you mean the young man in blue who was in the storage facility? Then Chuang? He opened your sarcophagus here in the storage room? Yes, he deserved death for this. But did you kill Dan? No! But Dan deserved. Mr. Mummy, what's that piece of paper stuck to your shoulder rags? That boy, Dan, left it. Take it. Katrina, it's a recipe for a bar called the Fifth Amendment, and the table reservation was for Chong. Since the waiter went to that bar, we need to check it out. Mr. Mummy, thanks for... Oh man, where did the mummy go? I hope he stays here at the museum. For now, we need to get to that bar. Great, now we have mummies in the game. This bar sure has its theme down, huh, Katarina? Busts of all presidents and everything. Definitely a DC vibe. Anyway, good call. We should check that lost and found box for clues. The victim may have left something behind here. And I'm not sure what this torn page could be about, but if you think piecing it together could help the investigation, let's do it. Okay. Okay, let's restore this paper. Oh, Scarab. Whoa, Katrina. The page you pieced back together is basically a diagram of Trunks' death. Look, there's a Scarab amulet. It says that anyone who touches it with their bare hands will meet Dance's fate. And there's a message in kinky writing, then stop this nonsense. It's not signed, but this message means that someone knew about the curse and probably used this information to kill Chuang. Or maybe to warn him. We better get this page to Felix and see what he can tell us. Okay. Well, the killer does feel remorse for murder. Maybe he tried to warn Dan and then Dan just died. Maybe he didn't have anything against him. it could happen like that. Oh, a ball cap? Hey Katrina, that Alcatraz security ball cap from the last and found reminds me of someone. Let's check for a name tag. Hold on, Alcatraz. Reggie. Look, this cap belongs to Reggie Pratt. You remember him, right? We first met him in San Francisco. But the last time we saw Reggie Pratt, he was selling occult items in Niagara Falls like some kind of hustler. So what could he be doing in DC, at the same bar as the victim? We better find Reggie Pratt and have a little talk. Okay. Alright, Reggie, what are you doing here now? Mr. Pratt, we meet again. What brings you to DC? Any more occult wheeling and dealing with in the works? Hardly. Just wanted to see our great nation's capital. And this bar got great reviews on Yelp, so I'm becoming a regular. Oh, good. Then you can tell us if you remember seeing a high-speed university student here named Dan Trung. He was murdered earlier today. That's awful. I remember that Dan kid. He sure was riled up, carrying on about mummies and all that. Did he seem frightened? Did he want help? You know, we just kind of figured the kid had one too many cocktails that the booze went to his head. Since I'd only had one IPA a few hours before, I ended up driving Dan to the place he was staying and dropped him off there. He was a mess. I'm sorry he got killed. I hope you can find who did it. Okay. Where was this page taken from? Well, Katrina, the page you found is definitely a recipe for Trunks' murder. And while the message doesn't seem to be a threat, it is proof that someone knew about the curse. And that particular someone left some dried droplets of IPA on the paper too. We know that the killer drinks IPA. And since the intended recipient was Dan Trung, it's safe to say the killer wrote this message. Were you able to learn anything about the killer from all this, Felix? Well, given the handwriting, with its backwards letters and general wobbliness, I can tell you that the killer exhibits dyslexia. Oh, that's why the letters are written like that. So we have a killer with a developmental reading disorder. But it didn't stop them from understanding that ancient curse. And speaking of ancient stuff, we better get back to that museum storage room and have another look for clues. Dyslexia. Alright, let's look around the sarcophagus. Hopefully no curse is put on it. Notebook. Oh, is that his paper? Final paper? So what have you got, Katarina? The security camera could have a useful lead on it if you can unlock it. And this faded document has Trunks' name on it. I'll grab your dusty key so that we can see the rest. Okay. Okay, let's dust it. Master's thesis. Yeah, something like that. Rejected. Katrina, that's the victim's thesis. It's called Traces of the Ancients in DC. And yeah, looks like his thesis was rejected. Ouch. Hey, that's right. The only person who could have rejected this thesis would be Teresa Rosenhall, the victim's advisor. We better go check in with Miss Rosenhall and ask her about shutting down the victim's thesis. Well, can we read it through? See what he was writing about? Well, that's gonna take some time for us. Alright, let's unlock the camera now. It's unlocked. Great, Katarina. You managed to unlock that security camera. Now that Hope has left the team, I guess we'll send the camera to Felix. Alright. Will Felix do that? My biggest concern is what made Hope angry so much. Mr. Rosenhall, why didn't you tell us that you had denied Dan Trunks' thesis when we spoke earlier? Was there a problem? With his thesis? Most certainly. That young man was off his rocker. He honestly believed that an ancient Egyptian pharaoh had built a city where DC stands now before any other civilization. We were supposed to be working on Native American archaeology, and he brought me this silliness. I had plenty of sleepless nights over this, and finally decided that I no longer wish to be associated with his line of research. Did you argue about your decision with him at all? Well, Dan found it unfair, of course, but you must understand, I fought hard to get where I am today. A full professor despite my dyslexia. And if I signed off on that nonsense, I'd lose my tenure. It was all superstition and no science. I couldn't risk my career over his harebrained theories. Oh, that's not going to be you. What's on this security camera that's of interest? Hey Katarina, while I was looking through the footage, Hope replied to a text I sent her a couple of days ago. And? What did she say? Is she okay? She seems to be, but she said she's never coming back to the team. She's still really mad at the chief. Well, I can understand that. I mean, he did pull a gun on her. Or maybe one day Hope and the chief will make amends. I hope so. Me too. Anyway, about that footage, the victim had a close encounter of the ancient kind. Check it out. Okay. Give it back! Give what back? What are you talking about? Give back or I kill you! I'm so out of here. Ah, okay, what were you mad about, Mommy? Man, the Mommy directly threatened to kill the victim. But what did he want back? We better go talk to the old guy and get some answers. Well, Trumbo opened his sarcophagus and he took something from you? Is that it? Mr. Mummy, we know you were upset with that young man Deng Truong for waking you, but yes, hate Dan. Right, but he also took something from you. Yes, amulet. The cursed Scarab amulet? Yes, Scarab amulet. Cursed for protection, but will give me peace. So the Scarab amulet that killed the victim would help lay you back to rest? Yes, no Scarab amulet means I am dead forever. Never fear, Mr. Mummy. We'll do all we can to restore your Scarab amulet to you. But first we need to solve Dan Trunks' murder. Okay. Katrina, this investigation definitely has some unexpected elements, would you say? Dan Trunks was killed by a cursed Scarab amulet from ancient Egypt. Not something we see every day, and we've seen a lot. While the mummy from the Smithsonian has the strongest motive, I doubt he knows how to write in English. Yeah. Reggie Pratt is down in DC from his last stop in Niagara Falls, but he helped the victim when Trunks was in need. And what about Trunks' thesis advisor? Russell C really upset about his thesis on ancient Egyptians in DC. Need your help, y'all. There's a trouble in town. The mummy escaped from the museum. Oh. And now you're scaring the locals. Wow. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing to chapter 3. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!